Good morning, collective. Apologies for the obviously just woke up soon face, but I want to talk about something. If you've been following me and watching the videos specifically, especially if you've been attempting to apply them to your journey, I think you would have noticed that I've talked about two things quite a lot. It is choices, because every last one of the choices matter, and the choices actually start with a notice. You know, you see something, you smell something, you feel something, but you take notice of something and it turns into a decision. Even if you don't act on it, that's also a decision. And the other thing I lean in hard on are boundaries, knowing who you are and what you stand for. And I want to marry those two together for this conversation. When it comes to that moment when you realize that I don't work this job and try to get spirit work in, I don't have my family who doesn't actually, go into the spiritual vein the way I do, but I want to be moving every day towards enlightenment, right? I have all these friends, and we don't really hang out or even hang out together, and we talk about stuff, and then over here I have my spiritual friends. You see what I'm saying? The duality that exists within ourselves. Moving out of the age of duality and into the age of unity, which we have quite a while ago, actually. We just are having a hard time at it. But the shift to unity extends to all corners of the multiverse. And it's really just particularly hard here, on Earth, because young planet, we're learning to do things the first time, and a lot of us volunteer to help push that along. But I digress. Becoming a whole person is what this is about. If there is any sort of question about what really is a spiritual journey, what it does it even apply to me? I don't even have that verbiage in my vocabulary. I'm hearing it right now in the video, and I'm like, spiritual journey. I think a lot of people are aware of what is called an awakening, and that is when you literally wake up to the fact that life is not as you thought it was. And when I say spiritual awakening, what we're really saying is that you've woken up to the reality that all of this is interconnected, and the universe actually has a humongous role. Spirit, God source energy, all of these things, everything you experience is connected, everything. And sometimes people literally snap into that. It makes sense. This longing, this feeling that there's something more you could be doing, something deeper. There's a purpose to your life, and you don't think it's being served, in general. And just let that verbiage wash over you to see if that can clarify it a little bit. You wake up to the fact that there is more to life than this. And this is a personal definition of what this is. But there's more. You just saw it. You felt it. You gleaned it. It is an awareness now. And because you are aware of that, you can't live small anymore, because you just saw bigger. You just actually elevated into a different space, and you see that it's bigger. There is a there's a wealth of knowledge. There's so much to be learned in life anyway. But when you awaken and look at and see how much there was that you didn't know, then there's a humbleness that happens at that point. That's when you realize how small you are. And then the coin flips again, and you realize how bigger than your body you are. The the absolute just that's the best word I can think of. The juxtaposition of where you were and now where you are. It is a beautiful thing because you can't say, oh, I'm so small, because you are so big. And you can't say that you don't belong anywhere because you can also fit in this body, you know? Um, Absolute truths are now questioned and expansion is happening. You're getting deeper understanding of things. There's this want to go deeper, to know more, to fully expand in this space. And I really do hope that when the awakening happens, and I hope that I pray that it does, if it hasn't already, when the awakening happens, that this yearn to go deeper happens too. And then I hope that you rise to the occasion, and every time it's time to level up, you do. Brings me to the heart of what I want to say here. Allowing the nouns in your life, the people, places, things, ideas, concepts, the things that can be named, allowing them to also live sovereign lives, allowing concepts to come in and out and not be attached to them, being fluid enough to even transition out of one space into another, like a move or a change in focus, job, where you go to school. You know, when you back up and allow your life to start lifing and everybody's around to coexist and all the pieces move, when you allow that, you've learned detachment. Not that I don't want things, but you've learned not to be attached to the things that in fact are not fixtures. It's like personal property, you know, like everything is allowed to move and it needs to shift and adjust. Certain people, sometimes people need things or ideas or people in certain places for certain events to kick off on their journey. So yeah, things should be fluid and let the universe use them. Wow. Allowing basically transition and transmutation to happen fluidly because you're not holding on to things. It's really important, not just to you, but to all of us, because we're all actually dependent on the fluidity of the universe to have fluidity within. So yeah, blockage within, blockage within, you know what I mean? It's all connected. People, friends, family. There always has, and there will again be times where things shift that you don't want to shift. Let's talk about it. My best advice is have your feeling, but do not get in the way of the process. No matter what it is or who it is. Don't get in the way of the process. It's important for me to share right now, and I know that's important for me to share right now because of when it happened. For me, it happened in between taking kids to school. I didn't even go back into the house. I pulled outside and then I came around and I parked the car right here and decided that now was the time to do it and to get it done. And what I found is that everything happened. My oldest son took my youngest son to school, and it opened up the space for me to deliver this message. That's being fluid, you know, at the end of the day. Because easily I could have done that and then delivered this message later and taken the chance that everything was still there and that the energy hadn't moved on to another, you know, source to make sure that it got out timely. I understood that it needed to get out, so we did it. And it's not just an existential thing, not for me. It's, I do not believe in time. I don't believe that. Oh, I believe in time. All right, let me clean this up, folks. I believe in time. It's just that I do not believe that there is a right or wrong one of them. Time is a tool. It is a tool that has been wildly programmed. Wildly programmed. But it is indeed a tool that each and every one of us can use as needed. Um, Discussion for another day. I say that a lot, but I don't circle back. So y'all might want to help me circle back when it's important. It's like, hey, she hasn't gotten back to the point. Yeah. So all of that to say, right now, all the nouns are shifting again, and it's for a reason. It makes sense, you know. We're pulling up at the end of another calendar, one of these, you know, another year. We're about to go into 2025. I'm not going to get into the numerology of that, but it is another action year. A lot of justice is being served next year. A lot of chickens are a lot of chickens are in the process of coming home to roost as we speak for next year. Um, and all for good. Leveling up, of course, is happening. Do not get caught towards the bottom of the mountain, so to speak. And if that resonates with you, it does. And I will say it a different way. Humans have this thing called FOMO, fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out on the next wave here. And I would almost say, if it were me and I were clumsily on journey or verbally on journey but not actually doing the work, I would hope I heard this message and take heed, because this is one of those it's one of those waves that goes in most directions, meaning that it'll catapult you and elevate you. And when things move like that, think about it. What is left? Look around you. It's quite chaotic. There are good moments, yes. However, the energy is very, very unstable on the planet right now. Lots going on for lots of reasons. And when I get a channeled message that indicates that there is a major shift happening and that things are being prepared for said shift and messages are being delivered again and again and again and across multiple modalities to try to capture as many souls as possible for said shift, that lets me know that I don't want to miss this one. And what does that mean? It just means that if you're remotely on your journey and doing things, doing the work, you have the ability to shift and move your energy. And those shifts and moves matter. They're ripples and they're connected. We're all connected. So it's kind of like your life raft, if you will, for this shift. All you really need to be doing is your work, truly. And living by universal laws, one of the more important ones I want to call out is, when you're making a decision, you have to look at all aspects of that thing and do what is best for the whole. Going back to unity, the decision should be aligned with what is the highest and best outcome of the whole. That is definitely something that Earth is trying to learn right now. But on an individual level, simply if you do that, that keeps you quite connected and quite activated in your heart chakra, and you will indeed make the shift. Just if you made it to 14 minutes and 38 seconds, you got the golden nugget. I see that. So yes, I'm going to shut this channel down right about now. And let you all marinate on this one a little bit, and I do highly suggest that this one isn't one you just gloss over. Give this one some time and really internalize it, and make sure that you're, properly connected for the shift. I like to kind of put things in different terms sometimes to make sure I reach a very wide audience. Yeah, please do. And of course, we can comment and talk about it here. Of course, I welcome the DMs, because a lot of times people want to have personal things be personal, and I get that. I will say one more thing here at the close before I shut it down. I've engaged on a beautiful partnership, and I'm watching how it unfolds in my business. Chakra balancing with crystals is something that's very near. It's very close to my heart. It's oddly one of the services that I hold closest to the vest, and I think it's just because I'm how I handle, and how I touch. And so I did find a business partner who also has that love and that passion and a very wide vocabulary and modality. So many modalities that come through in the chakra balancing. His name is Cesar, and I'll be offering this service through the shop. And from that chakra balancing, you basically get this analysis that shows this is where you are right now. And it also, with the conversations, of course, where you go from here, an understanding of your now moment, to prep you for basically coming to me should you really be ready to dig into journey. And just think back to my video up until this point. We want to be making these shifts effectively. That has become something that is very near and dear to my heart. Just honestly guiding people through this chaotic mess that's going on here, to be firmly seated on your journey and to be in your sovereignty, to be living your highest and best life, using your gifts to make this whole thing easier and more effective. Just providing spiritual guidance, not just the things you can use, right? There's a lot of teaching. I think I'm moving either the shamanic or the sage. I'm just, and I'm always kind of navigating both of them at the same time. Hence my last username. But yeah, stepping further into my mystic abilities has been a trip. It's been really fun. I really have been enjoying this part of journey. Has been wild. And I'm at a place where it's kind of plateaued, and I say to the universe, I get the assignment. And adding these healing services is that. And there's definitely more to come on that, but I just want to tuck that in the back of your mind. If you're ready to take that step and go all the way into yourself, really. And I don't care if I can reach you physically or if we got to do this quantum, it doesn't matter, because it is what it is. So, but yeah, if you're ready for that, I am too. And I am willing to take on new clients. Yeah. Those of you that know me, you know what this is. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But yeah, Journey is definitely a community event as much as it is a very personal one. That is duality becoming unity also. Yeah, we'll go deeper. It's time. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, but you got the point. It's not about understanding or understanding or relating or shadow work. It's not about these individual things. No, the point is that you have alchemized and you are becoming a part of your journey. You are the central part of your journey. The life and the journey have become one conversation, and you're ready for that. Please be ready for that. It's just one of those decisions that need to be made. It needs to be made. And there is no such thing as the right time, because time is something that you're co-creating with. Yeah, it's time. That's the channeled message. It's time. And do what you do. Contact me. Let's talk in the way that you're most comfortable with. Even if it's quantum, I'm open to telepathy. Let's go. Have a beautiful day.